Enyer really is there for me. Wow, I can actually call up Damien right now. Or, she reminisces about the time when she sat there and she was able to actually talk to you about something. This is all I need. This brings me happiness. This person does this for me. This person makes me feel comfortable, more confident, feels like I can get through anything. Give her the knowledge that satisfies her enough, but not enough for her to feel like I know everything. What it do, what is up, my BBossBaddies and my bad men and fellas? It is your girl Bosana and welcome BBossArmy. So as you guys can tell by the title, today I'm going to be talking about how to get a woman, a girl, a female to think about you non-stop. Okay, so I already have 2 versions of these videos out. I'm noticing that people aren't understanding is that the same way that there is alpha males, there's simps, there's betas, all that, there's still feminists out here, there's still hoes out here, there's girls that are wifey. There are so many different types, just the same way as men go. Let's not forget that yes, we have the nature, we have the way people are in society are, but there's always that bunch that is still not like everybody else. You have to remember that if you are this type, that person is not the type for you. If you are the actual nice guy and you know that there's a lot of girls out here that want the alpha male type, that want the more of the bad guys, then you have to accept that. It goes right back to red pill. You don't have to be about it. You can be about yourself. That's when you decide to turn things, be about yourself. And if you don't want to accept it, it is what it is. There's nothing you can do to change it. I will do a separate video about this topic, and I will be doing a separate video about red pill. Keep an eye for that. Patreon is BBossArmy. It's right there for you guys. Make sure you check it out. So now let's actually get into the advice. I actually have basically 5 to 10 different advices and only 3 points that I'm going to give you guys, but it's going to be super detailed so you guys can understand more and it'll be more transparent for me so I can just talk instead of just looking down. Number 3 on my list is that you guys need to give her comfort. Make sure that there's this reassurance that is brought to her by actually saying it or by, as I said, giving her that comfort. Make sure that she feels that you are actually there. You're not talking about just yourself. When you're allowing her to express herself, and even if she's shy, doesn't like to do that, when you actually give her that knowledge in her head that, oh wow, this is somebody I can open up to. This is somebody I can get to the point where I can just talk to and I'll need in times that I'm really trying to rant. Realistically, the best relationships that work out are the ones that people build a strong foundation of being a close friend. You want to be close to your significant other or the person that you're trying to talk to before you actually have that connection where it's just your partner. You look through a lot of things and past things that you wouldn't be able to when you're just looking at attraction, when you're just looking at somebody and saying, oh, I just want you to be my boyfriend, I want you to be my husband. So this goes really good for people like me where I don't really like to open up. I really don't like to open up in a sense where I meet a new man and I let him know what's going on in my life or how my life has always been. And so when I get to the point where I meet somebody and they actually broken that or they gave it a little crack and I can feel like, wow, there's potential here, I actually feel amazed because first of all, it's rare. In a sense that if you can stand out from other men that are out there or this guy is not just gonna be an in and out type of guy. If you make that come through with the way you speak to her. When I say don't just talk about yourself, make sure that she knows that she can't be just number 1 priority. You have things to do. You are a busy man, okay? Make sure she feels that way. Make sure you let her know. Don't get to the point where it's like, why should she even try? Why should she even be investing any time of thinking about you in her mind? Why? She shouldn't at all if that's how you're making her feel. So that's why I say let her talk to. Give her that reassurance that you say, if you ever need somebody to talk to, I'm here. Even though I'm a busy guy or I don't have time, just know I always have time to talk to you on a rough day. Something simple, but something where it's straight to the point and she'll actually understand. On the rough days, the bad days where she's just thinking to herself like, wow, I can't get through this day. Then you come to her mind, Enyer really is there for me. Wow, I can actually call up Damien right now. Or, she reminisces about the time when she sat there and she was able to actually talk to you about something and you were a great listener. And now I haven't said this, but this is the main thing. You have to be a listener as well for a woman to actually want to think about you. Think about you nonstop because she will remember all the times that she was able to just talk and you were there for her. That's where you get that emotional connection of actually giving her the comfort and actually being there. And then she gets to a point where she's just thinking, this is all I need. This brings me happiness. This person does this for me. This person makes me feel comfortable, more confident, feels like I can get through anything. All these thoughts are crossing her mind. So once you bring the comfort and make her feel like you're always going to be there, it expands. It goes into other things. It's not just that type type of feeling, create an emotional connection where it's like it brings other feelings that connects it right back into how she feels about you. But it's so important where it impacts her in so many different ways in her life. If you can bring that type of comfort where she can actually connect it into her personal life, her everyday life, when you know she's a stressed out woman, when you know she's always going through things or she has a lot to deal with, and you bring her that comfort and she connects it to everyday things, everyday work, everyday things that she has to handle that gives her a hard time, they just need somebody to talk to. You don't want somebody judging them. They don't want to sit with a man that's gonna be like, well, you should change this or you need to do this. To wrap up, number 3, that comfort in her and just make her feel really, really okay. Let me just say it that simple. Make her feel okay. Make her feel like everything's gonna be all right, and make her feel like you are going through all this throughout your days. Anytime, I'm here for you. Even though I have a life, I have my own life, I'm here for you. She will have you on her mind, thinking about you throughout the day, probably at work and having a better day because of you. Number 2 is that you need to be mysterious. You need to say less, do less, but in her eyes. Now that means that if you are gonna post, don't post it all. If you are gonna show something, don't show it all. You have to make it seem like in her eyes, you are not completely tuned into my life. I have you there and you know what's going on, but you don't know the full idea. You don't know everything yet. A woman should not know everything that's going on when it's especially the beginning stages, because at the end you have to have your own life. Even when you guys become a couple, have your own life in a sense of having your own friends, still making your own money. Give her the knowledge that satisfies her enough, but not enough for her to feel like, oh, I know everything. What that does is leaves her mind to wander and really question a lot of things. And now some people may say it's a bad thing, some people may say it's a good thing, but at the end of the day, what we're trying to get out of this is for this woman to start caring about you, to start thinking about you nonstop and have you on her mind in a way where it's like, oh, I wonder what he's doing. Is he actually talking to other girls? Now, one way, if you really do want her to think about you nonstop, post something that you're doing you gave her a hint about. So let's say this, you talk quickly in the morning. What is your day looking like? You tell her, oh, I have this business meeting or I have plans with my guys and then I have to go to a dinner. Now, you don't have to say nothing else than that. But you'll see she starts caring. You'll see the caring come out when she asks you, oh, who are you going on the dinner with? Or what's this going on? That's already a hint that you stay on her mind and she really wonders, right? But you don't have to say nothing more than what I just told you to say. Now, when you go later on and you decide to post it on Snap, or when that actually happens and you guys aren't speaking around that time of the day, then that's when she's thinking and questioning, wow, who's on this dinner? Who is he on this dinner date with? Who is he with right now? Is it family? He said he's with his boys. So is he going on this dinner with his boys, or is he actually getting another woman now? Like, there's so many thoughts that come across a woman's mind. Now, one thing you guys may not know with women, our curiosity is way worse than you guys, because we don't get as much out of you guys as much as you guys can get out of us. So a lot of assumptions do come up still, but a lot of caring gets brought out. Certain stuff, certain events have to happen for me to actually understand how I'm really feeling. You can't give her every single detail. You have to let her in, but still have your own personal life. Number 1 thing, which is so important, I'm surprised that I didn't mention it in my other videos, but in my other videos, I told you guys it's more of a physical connection instead of emotional connection, but you have to make her feel special. You have to make her feel like you are completely different, or not you, but you should still make her feel like you're different, but make her feel like she's different. She stands out from the other girls, and that's obviously with doing the simple things of giving her compliments. And some girls may look at you and be like, oh, you're the type that just likes a pretty woman, or you like to give every female compliment, but you know, give her something different than what you would say typically to a woman. Now, when you go back to emotional connection, mention something about how she is when she opens up, when she tells you this, or how she tells you a story or a joke and you just love how funny she is, or how she has this type of sense of humor, or when she cares about her family this way and says, oh, you know, I would do anything, and say something like, you know, that's something I love in a woman's trait. You know, a woman that can hold it down but knows her place. You know, there's so much things that you guys can say that works for a certain type of female, but like I always mention to you guys, you have to understand what type of female that you're dealing with. Now, wrap it up with this. Advices are advices. Me giving you something, you take it and you do something with it. It's not you have to do something where it's exactly that, but you do something with it where you take that, understand, like I said in the beginning of the video, understand her, understand yourself, understand it all, take the advice, combine it all together, and boom, you have magic. you have a good ending. So I hope this video helped you guys out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you comment down below what type of videos you would like to see. As I said, make sure you follow me, or pledge, as I should say, on my Patreon. And yes, that's all down below. Consultations are available. Make sure you book me if you need help, and you guys will see me in my next video. Bye, you guys.